Texas Prison Story, family salute. Y'all, it's your boy Tim Snow back here with another one. We made it 4 months deep into the podcast. AR, I don't know if you knew it or not. I didn't tell you, but it's made us a 4 month birthday. 4 month birthday today.
All right, that's what's up, man. Hell yeah, 4 months.
Yeah. We knocked the first quarter out the year, so we felt like we was gonna save this tiny anniversary. We was gonna save some fire tonight. So do me a favor if you're watching live. Double tap the screen for us. That's how you like these videos while they're live. Ashlyn, Simon, Big B, Jane, Nancy, everybody. We appreciate y'all tapping in here. Excuse me. If y'all are new to the show or you're catching a replay, we do this every Wednesday night at 7:15. And we are them prison YouTubers that are on time. We don't make you wait. We try to be punctual. You know what I mean? For real. So, AR, what's up, brother? How you doing? I appreciate you tapping back in.
Man, I'm good, dog. Bless. I can't complain. How you doing, my brother?
I'm good. Day at work, started raining on us, everything playing in the mud. You know how it goes. Dump truck life right now. Yeah, how's that shoulder doing? Everybody keeps asking about it.
Good, man. Actually, man, look at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, y'all, we just seen him go from the sling, can't pick it up, so he's over there ready to punch somebody.
Man, it's going good, dog. I mean, I still got, I ain't, out of my full motion, I'm probably about 70%.
That's good. Yeah. So we'll be ready to step into the octagon. AR is going to start calling out YouTubers to UFC matches pretty soon, he said. So we'll see how that works out for them, right? Real talk. So check it out. Tonight we're going to talk about, you see the title, Prison Thieves, Hustlers, and Conmen, right? Shout out to all the prison wives, moms, and everybody out there that have to deal with this, because it's something y'all don't quite understand. So it's something I wanted to talk about with him tonight. And AR, just briefly for one moment, talk to you before we went live about something that I've seen happen over the last few days. As y'all know, in Texas prisons and in pretty much all the other ones, they give these inmates tablets. And when we say tablets, they're literally like a computer tablet. You know, you can't hardly see this little cheap one for my daughter, but it's a real computer tablet. It's really Android based, but it's locked, right? The older ones used to be able to unlock. These are not unlockable, unfortunately, for the fellows. But what's happening is boys are getting their tablets took, AR. They're getting jacked, dog. And when they get jacked, it's literally a process. You know what I mean? From the prison politics side to the administration to try to get another one. And two people, both family members, these were, one I think was a mom, one was a girlfriend, was reporting that their dude had got his tablet taken. And so I know three people actually, and the family members get messages from inmates, right? And it can be a wide variety of messages. AR, what would you think if you was in prison and your tablet came up missing and now somebody was writing your mama and your wife?
Yeah, exactly. And one thing, do they get charged a certain amount? You know, if you don't have your tablet, like if you got to turn it in before you go home or anything like that, you know what I mean?
You got to buy another one if you want another one.
No. But I mean, like,
I don't think so. I mean, yeah, probably, yeah. If you got money on your books, I'm positive they'll probably make you pay that pay.
Right. I would think that you ain't turning it back in before you leave, because you should probably have to turn it back in before you leave.
Right. But I'm saying, imagine for the people that's getting that tablet took. So this was my point too. He didn't catch it because he don't know a lot about these tablets. So in these tablets, this is their whole world now. This ain't just like a little computer, right? This is their letters. This is their pictures. These are things they paid for, like movies, songs. Remember the MP3 players in the feds?
Right. Yeah.
This is their MP3 player. This is their computer desk that we used to go sit at. Excuse me. This is everything, including pictures of mom and pictures of baby in here. Imagine how stressed out you'd be if somebody took yours.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And it's happening. Excuse me. And it's happening to people all the time right now. So I'll tell a quick story to get into the prison stories, because we're going to, incorporate them a little bit. When I was in the feds, dog, I was in Beaumont. I had just gotten there. On the first commissary, I bought a radio because I seen how important it was. You can't watch, for those watching, you can't watch TV without a radio. Each TV has a radio channel that you tune to, and that's how you listen to it. So the day room is quiet, all right? It's silent in there other than people talking, because there were 7 TVs and you had to listen to them here. So anyway, I'm forgetful, dog. right? I'm real forgetful, so I don't know why I started tripping. I go down to the computer because we didn't have tablets. We had an actual computer. You sat down and did emails. When I sit down at the computer, I stayed for a while, right? It was 5 cents a minute, but I'm writing long letters, multiple people. I had that text message number that I had a number to my computer. So I'm really on it, right? I get up, go upstairs, it's child time, do my thing. And like way later that night, I'm ready to watch TV and I realize my radio is gone. And I'm like, I'll say, man, what happened to my radio, right? The first thing in prison, you don't really want to ever hardly tell nobody what's going on. So I'm just thinking in my brain, like, man, when's the last place I seen my radio? Because you can't go accusing anybody of taking something. You know, you have to remember where you put it. Well, I write a little note, and I don't know what I was doing. I write a little note, and I go stick it by the computer. Hey, I lost my radio. I get that back. If somebody sees it, let me get that. And I wrote my cell number on there. I'm thinking this ain't really no big deal. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know what? The whole day room and the whole wing felt like I was accusing them.
Yeah.
Like instead of well, you ain't supposed to accuse one person. Now I got the whole wing looking at me like, man, what's wrong with this dude? Like he don't know who to accuse. He just putting it out there on all of us.
Yeah.
And I had a couple confrontations with a couple of the black dudes over there. They like say, what's up with the note? I said, what you mean? What's up with the note? I want my radio back, and I'm not playing about my radio. I don't know who got it. I'm letting them know. I need to know. You know what I mean? And that's when my boy from Trinity Gardens, he said, well, that note feels like you're accusing all of us. And I said, man, I don't really know what to say. It didn't go too far, right? But that was about the end of it because later I go to climb inside of my bed and I realized I made my bed and folded my blanket over top of my radio. I had it the whole time.
Oh, shit.
So I'm out there making a big deal to everybody about where's my radio, man. I just bought this thing. You know what I mean? And it was in my bed. I literally went and took the note down and I didn't know what to say. Only about 2 people asked me, man, what happened to the radio? You got it back? And I was like, yeah. And that was the end of the conversation, right? I didn't want to admit to nobody that it was in my bed, man. That's how stupid I felt. But these tablets are legit getting taken, right? And people's moms and their girlfriends are getting messages and crazy emails. And some of them are asking for money and stuff like that. Like, you got any advice, AR, to the family? Like, if they get a strange message on this tablet from little Johnny's tablet, but it's not him, what do you think? Should they ignore these things? Should they call and immediately report it to the authorities? Like, what do you think they should do?
Yeah, if you know it's not your loved one, man, report it. You know, if you know it's not Johnny or whoever it is you're waiting to hear from, you know, let them know, man, that this ain't who you're waiting to hear from. This ain't your loved one, your brother, your sister, your husband, your whatever. Because for whatever reason he doesn't have it. You know what I mean? And I'm sure they can tell by whether it's an email or however they do that. I don't even know how that works with these things, but however the text message thing works on those. But
yeah, it's text. It's like an email. Yeah,
it's like an email. Okay,
it goes to the app on their phone and they just send it right back.
Okay, yeah.
But as they send them and receive them, there's supposed to be, a guard in the picket that is approving them. Like instead of the mailroom, they have an officer that has to hit approve on the message. So at certain times, it's taking a long time for people to get their messages.
So there's no more paper mail coming through, is what you're telling me?
No.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, they did that because of all the paper K2.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah.
And it didn't stop. It didn't slow nothing down. So Ashlyn's saying you call Securus and they can remote shut it off without making a big deal at the unit and putting a target on your loved ones. So yeah, you just get it turned off, right? So that handles that problem. But now check this out. Here's the real truth. And I don't mean to offend anybody, but if your loved one is inside of a prison, somebody has his tablet and they're emailing with you, there might be bigger problems going on for your loved one than just this tablet. You know what I mean? Because the way prison works, for the most part, not always, and that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about a couple amazing stories. For the most part, on a hardcore, like maximum security prison, well, always you live around the same man every day, right? You're the same however big this cell block, this wing, this dorm, these cubicles, whatever, same men every single day. That's one of the parts that I hated about prison, because every one of these guys, I don't like them. Not, I mean, some of them I do, but the rest of them, I don't know them, don't want to know them, ain't interested in knowing them. Yeah, we're not friends.
You
But
ain't
I gotta
any
live.
friends.
Yeah. But I gotta live in this room with you now for some years, right? So one of the main ultimate things is respect. Like, they got to have respect for you in there. Like, AR, people think it's crazy, but when we talked about the heart checks, the quarter checks, and all of that, so it's might be silly to a lot of people, but you know what? A real one goes in there and wants to do that. He wants to go in there and show everybody he's not scared, and he'll get out there and fight a couple people at one time, just for the simple fact is he don't want nobody stealing his tablet later.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's the more scary part, right? If your loved one is getting his tablet taken, now you should probably worry about what else is happening in there. Like,
exactly. Yeah.
And so
that's where you got to get to know them. You got to know where they're coming from, who they're with, who they're talking to, or are they getting gang affiliated? Are they not? Are they Solano? Are they, you know what I mean? What's going on with them? You got to really know who they are.
Right. AR's on live YouTube with the hiccups, y'all. I want to laugh at him. I want to laugh at this man so hard. I ain't gonna laugh at you, dog.
Yeah, I've been had him. Yeah.
Let's say, listen, a real trooper coming on. Check this out, though. So we're talking about that, but I can name a lot of times where I've seen people getting robbed, people that got their stuff took when they were so-called real ones too, right? It's a crime of opportunity just like anywhere else. But I remember myself, the first time I seen just massive jailhouse stealing was at state jail at Pam Lindstrom on the state jail side. Now that situation was every man for himself, right? At Pam Lindstrom, every man for himself with the gang atmosphere, but you still had to handle your business. And then it was literally, he messed me up. He left out of here literally day for day, right? So we're talking about a rough environment with a bunch of people that are gang banging. The solo people are trying to prove a point constantly, but it was an open dorm. There was, I think, 54 bunks in there. And to picture this, y'all, you have to picture a big square room with bunk beds that line the wall all around it, right? So you have about 22 sets of bunk beds. There's 4 beds, so 2 beds right here, and there's a wall on each side of it. So as you roll over, if you roll over to one side, you're facing a brick wall that's about this far away. Mm-hmm. If you roll over to the other side, you're looking at some guy, all right? So you're in here. Well, under these bunk beds, you have steel lockers that are welded to the locker. With the steel lockers, there was a little place to put your padlock. On Commissary, they sold a master lock, right? A real master lock, but it was plastic. Yeah. Plastic. So I noticed right away that only certain people would go get these padlocks. And then I noticed almost immediately that every time somebody got a padlock, it lasted as soon as till they left out of the dorm. Put it like that. Recreation, school, medical, child, whatever. They're twisting the padlock where it's cocked and just standing up on it and the padlock breaks. That locker's getting taken. Anything in there, you're coming back to an empty locker. Man, they wasn't leaving you with no toothpaste. They weren't leaving you. They leave you with your little state-issued toothbrush. That's the only thing you're getting. They're coming with it, right? Yeah. When you come back, here's the deal. The people that had the padlocks were intimidated to begin with. That's why they went and bought the lock.
Right, exactly.
So when they come back, they see their locker empty. They don't never say nothing. Yeah. Never say nothing.
9 times out of 10, they weren't going to say nothing. Especially, like you said, the ones with those locks, they weren't going to say nothing.
They weren't going to say nothing. I've seen so many people get peeled on their first commissaries. Yeah. I mean, very first one, mama done put some money on their books. Wife done put some money on their books. They go down there with them big bags. They come back. Everybody acts cool. Everybody's their friend. And here's what's even wilder. The people that robbed them will come up to them after it happened and go, man, what happened, dog? Everything, who did this? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? They be in their face like, dang, do you know who done it? This is crazy. So it was it was a wild thing to see so many people getting robbed. And that didn't matter if you were black, white, Hispanic,
Yeah.
none of that. And then it came to a point to where there was so many bloods in there that they were just cold strong arming, taking people's stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just hey, you give me that out your bag when you come back to the door. And at certain points, they was even filling out lists for people.
Yeah.
Hey, I need this on my list. You know what I'm saying? Come on with it for real. It's real, right? It's
Yeah.
it's a,
Yeah. It's
it's a
real.
real
Yeah.
thing. This ain't the life you want. So I
Mm-mm.
seen that in state jail. Hey, Nueces County Jail. We talked about it on the last podcast when every time that guy would go to rec, the other dude from the north side would make a meal out of his locker.
Yeah.
Made me one time.
Yeah.
Guy came back, never said nothing. So it kept happening. You know what I mean? But I've also seen times where the guy speaks up. He's like, hey, man, who took my stuff? Somebody stand up, and the guy that got robbed got beat half to death after he got robbed.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I mean? And then it didn't even stop him from getting robbed again. You would think jailhouse rules said, oh, well, he stood up for himself. No, he still got robbed. Like, there's nothing fair in there, right? It's like nothing fair, nothing makes sense, nothing's guaranteed. Penitentiary, what? In the feds. Shout out to my homeboy Rico. I was telling you him. He used to go to people that got fronted the sack and then get them to front him something and never pay them. And they're not even supposed to be fronting out of no sack that they got fronted.
Yeah. Exactly.
So
But
he wouldn't give him $1. He made a
Yeah.
profession out of taking like that. Man say, listen, one of the best jailhouse hustles, just walking up to somebody and being their friend.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, you want to sit over here with us, man? And then when it's time, when you see them filling out that list, hey, you think you can put a couple things on there for me?
Yeah.
And they don't want to tell you no. You know what I mean? Like, man,
Exactly.
there's so many ways that people steal. But when somebody's taking his tablet now, me and you didn't experience, that's a little bit more, dog. That's like, hey, you really just took my pictures, my letters, everything I got in here now. And you're
That's
writing my mama.
that's so new wave for TDC. I don't even know how to react to the tablets. I just don't. It's too new. But even in the feds, all we had was an MP3 player. We didn't even have tablets in there, But
Mhm.
so yeah, so every inmate that comes in gets one issued to him.
Right.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So, I mean, the tablet thing it's beneficial for the authorities because listen, helps them keep track of criminal conversations and people talking in code and things like that much easier, right?
Yeah.
Gives them faster, quicker access where they're more likely to share incriminating evidence on this thing. Then it's a moneymaker for them, right? They do paid phone calls on this thing. They lay in their bunks and talk all day if they want to. Then they're purchasing movies. They're purchasing subscriptions, podcast things. It's just a real life moneymaker deal where people actually now though can lay up in their cell, watch movies and talk freaky to their woman. Like it's a whole different experience. You know what I mean? And we were one of the last states to ever get them. You're mesmerized by this, but some of these other states had these like 15 years ago. You know that?
No, I didn't. No. Huh.
Yeah. As soon as they come out. So, Jesse from Beaumont said, "Why do they take it for extortion purposes?" All I can see. So they take it for multiple reasons. I think as I take through it. So, for one reason, we're gonna take that tablet and see what he does. Right? Same reason we're gonna take anything when you first get somewhere. Like, oh, that's a hard check. That could be a hard check, a test for somebody. Let's jack his tablet and see if he comes out in the day room and stands on the table and calls out everybody and see what's going on. You know what I mean? Let's take this tablet and see if he calls his mom.
Man, because there's not many that will.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the ones that will always will though, right? Like
Right.
You take a pencil from them, they're gonna get out there and say the same thing. So that's
Exactly.
why they're weeding out people for one. For two, man, there's perverts, predators, creeps in there, man. They want to take your tablet and look at your pictures of your old lady.
Mm-hmm. Your kids.
Think about that. Kids too. Pictures of old women. Old women. Pictures of your women. Pictures of your mama. Pictures of kids. They can go watch your movies that you paid for. They're gonna listen to your music that you bought, and yeah, it's sometimes extortion, of course. There's somebody in the comment. I don't want to say who. I think something like that was going on. Like they were hitting from the son's tablet after he already caught Shane claiming he needed some money to go somewhere. So it wasn't necessarily extortion, but a con game. That's why I came in that's what the prison con man part is. I hadn't got into, right? So imagine this, AR. Your wife, right? We ain't got to say her name, but imagine your wife and you're on a unit, dog, and you're used to texting her every day and all this, and all of a sudden you catch medical chain real quick. You got to leave, and you didn't even tell her you were getting to leave, right?
Yeah.
But on your way out, somebody snags your chain, your tablet. You can't even pack up and leave with it, and she don't know you're on chain. But now they have your tablet texting her saying you're in trouble and you need some money to this cash app so you don't get killed or something crazy like that. And she thinks it's you.
Yeah. I mean, what can you do in that kind of case? You're stuck like Chuck,
So in that type of situation, if you think that might even happen, I would suggest probably that the family and the inmate have some type of code word or ask a question that only they can answer type thing.
You have to. Yeah.
You feel me? Like, hey, what's the code word? Yeah, what's going on? Because one of my friends in Corpus, his nephew was actually in prison, right? Listen to this. He was in prison using somebody's cell phone, calling his grandma saying if she don't send money, that these people are going to hurt him really, really bad. And he was in on the scam. Nobody was going to hurt nobody. Like, he literally was making it up, dog.
Yeah.
Think how his grandma felt. Come on, man. Grandkids are the most special thing to somebody. They're more special than kids a lot of times. So when grandma gets this text or this call from him, not even somebody else doing it, the own grandson saying, "Mama, if you don't send this money, they're gonna do something to me."
Mm-hmm.
She's fixing to get up and go send that money, man.
Yeah, grandma is. Yeah.
And he went and partied the money away. He had a good prison party, drinking and smoking. Isn't that wild?
Damn.
That's why I say con man, man. There's a whole bunch of those type of hustles. A lot.
Yeah,
I mean,
there is.
hustling your family, that's probably the lowest form of whatever. That's the same person that probably would go take money out their mama's purse while she's sleeping, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
At
that point,
you're doing that. Yeah. You're burning those kind of bridges.
Yeah, at that point in life, you're scum, dog. You're trash. Like, might as well throw you under the bus, man. But that's how. I mean, that's so. Listen to. I watch that show sometimes. What's it called? Love After Lockup, where it's people that was in love with prisoners, and then the prisoners get out. Right.
Yeah.
About half the time, I'm looking at them thinking, man, these boys some real con men. Right. Like they have these women so in love. They get out, get right back to their BS and all that type of stuff. It's just the hustles don't stop. But that brings me to the next one, though, because ladies, when these men are begging you for money, get on the phone and send them a message and tell them get on their hustle. Like, why can't they get in there and hustle? So if they're not able to hustle, it's probably because they don't have no respect in there. You might want to get away from that man too, because that's not going to be the protector and the leader of your family you need one day. That's going to be the guy that you're having to raise like a kid. You know what I mean? But can you remember some cold prison hustles that people that with no money, I mean, a flat broke dude can work his way into and make some money in there?
Man, cleaning cells, selling K2, ironing. I've seen them cooking meals. The ones that can cook some serious meals, they would make some good money. You make a book out of it and a bowl out of it. So I mean, those guys that could cook some at the microwave, you'd find some chefs out of there. Those are some of the ones that I remember that were like, they make some, good ones.
What about all the chow hall workers?
Oh yeah. All the ones that could hustle out of there cooking burgers.
Let me ask you a question. This is something you can remember. Can you tell me all the different things in your life that you can remember buying out of a chow hall from them? From like
burgers
different
to chicken. Man, God, dog.
Come on
How
now,
about
every kind of vegetable,
yeah, yeah, you can
onions, tomatoes, bell peppers,
yeah, for all your
jalapenos,
meals. Yeah, all the vegetables.
any kind of fruit that they would have. That if you
Yep.
want to make some wine, you can get the fruit.
Hmm.
You can get the sugar for your wine from these guys.
Yep.
You can get the yeast because they bake bread. You
I
get all that type of stuff. You can get everything. Like so, every time we're talking about getting one of these, that's somebody making some money off of it, right? Big
yeah.
Demo, what's up? Got Mr. June 27th in here. Salute, my bro. Uh, so
Season.
yeah, all of that is hustles, right? Like so, that's
Hmm.
this one. So look, hold on. Chow Hall hustle. Man, that goes from everything from the dude serving the juice that's dropping off the packs, dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? You're just sitting at the chow hall eating your little shit, and here comes a dude with a bread bag full of hamburgers he just dropped on your lap. Or here comes a dude with a bread bag full of leg quarters that's baked. You know what I mean? Drops them
Yeah.
things on there. What so hold on. Remember the powdered milk?
Yeah.
Powdered milk, y'all. In the morning
Yeah.
you get white powdered milk.
Hmm.
Well, I'm here to tell you, in every prison, it's just gonna be white water. That's just
Yeah.
gonna put enough in there to color because somebody's back there selling the powdered milk because there's
Yeah.
protein in it, right? People gonna drink it for protein. Remember the Kool-Aid at lunch?
Yeah. Same thing.
Water gonna taste like water because some essays in the back selling Kool-Aid packs.
Yep.
And you buy your big jumbo thing Kool-Aid, go through there and buy you a loaf of bread, buy you 10 pork patties, 10 beef patties, whatever they're having that day. You know what I mean?
Right.
Hamburgers, like, hey, there's certain people, and he was talking about, I know he likes to get them, that go to the back, and their whole goal is to bring 10 cheeseburgers back.
Yes. That's what I was talking about. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, 10 real cheeseburgers, like
Hmm.
real, really cooked. And when you get them, they're not going to be hot, though, right? You're going to have to
Yeah.
steam it on top of the hot pot or something, but that's going down, right? And then somebody's job is going to be the truck. Either you're going to carry them yourself or you're going to have somebody that brings them back. The kitchen workers themselves, I know on Beto had people that brought them back for them. Like they didn't want you going to the chow hall and trying to buy one from them in there because you want it for cheaper, right? They
Right.
paid their dude to bring him back to the wing, and the hamburgers just double, triple.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you ain't got to take no risk, no anything. You just walk up and get your burger. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yep.
it worked for everybody. That was the hustles. Let me see what else. Yeah, we already talked about any type of vegetable. I mean, any type of vegetable. It can be fruit, sugar, spices. Hey, man. I mean, the hustles are unlimited into the chow hall, right? Then at the laundry, check it out. At the laundry, you can sell bleach first and foremost. You can
Yeah.
sell bleach. That's
Yeah.
easy to get back, easy to sell. Remember what else? What did we all used to buy for our visitation?
Oh,
Remember tight
starch.
whites?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
tight whites. So
Hmm.
laundry hustles. Let's go. Uh, bleach for one. I like to buy bleach. That was something I really like to buy because that Bippy didn't clean good, and
No.
I like to keep my own boxers, and I don't like to trade them in and wear other dirty boxers. So I get a nice pair, bleach my socks, bleach my white clothes. You know what I'm saying? Keep everything clean to sell with the bleach.
Yep.
Buy the white clothes, of course. And in Texas, here's the hustle: they sell you the nice. So they in the laundry room. There's stacks and shelves and boxes full of brand new uniforms. Like
Yeah.
that's everywhere I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But they issue you out at laundry called dirty, sloppy, nasty clothes.
Yeah.
Why do they do that?
I don't know. They don't want to just go through all the old ones first, I guess.
I mean, do them things gotta literally like? I guess they gotta be falling apart, huh, man? Before they
Before they
swap
use
them
them.
out.
Hmm.
It was so rare to go to laundry and switch in and get a nice fresh set. And when you did, you really didn't want to go back to laundry for a while. You're gonna keep
Yeah.
them and wash them yourself too, because you just got a freebie. But so selling those, you know what else was a big hustle in the laundry, and they knew it. They had the spots to hide stuff.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't tell you how many times the laundry got busted with like a half a pound or a pound or 2 pounds or had this or had that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So
Yep.
their hustle, I can't think of as many that they have, but theirs is a nonstop hustle too.
Yeah.
Nonstop with the bleach and the white clothes because the cops come back in Texas prisons and do something called a necessity shakedown. You remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Anybody that's did time knows what a necessity shakedown is. So they come in first. They would come in with these baskets, gigantic baskets with the laundry workers, and they would say, if I don't get such and such shirts and such pants back, I'm shaking down the whole wing. And at that time, everybody would take one or something and go donate it into that basket and try to get them up out of there because there's a bunch of other stuff here we don't want them to find, right? And this was a surprise shakedown. So yeah, everybody better go grab a pair of pants or shirt and try to fill his basket up. And if he starts tripping, give up some more stuff. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So you might you might spend $10 on a fresh set, which is a lot prison money, and then get them taken in 2 days. You know, it is what it is. I seen a laundry captain, an old man, that he would spot you walking down the hallway. If your clothes look too nice, he'd tell you to get out of them right there and take them back. He was like a terror. He took it personal. It was weird.
But he was from laundry though.
Right. He was the laundry captain. He was the boss of laundry.
Yeah.
Same old man used to stand right there and pick what size everybody wore too. And he would give people the wrong size on purpose to be funny.
Mm-hmm. Come in needing like 2X bottom, giving you a large.
No, for real. So he was really doing it to mostly the black people, and I'd get it too. You know, it was an old country East Texas white dude, and there wasn't nothing you could do about it. You could for sure, and we all did buy sets, and we had homeboys from the clique that worked in it that would bring us stuff, and it would get to the point where there really wouldn't be too many black people in line for laundry at all. And that's when he comes back and does the laundry shakedown and takes everything we got. It was just a never ending cycle.
Yeah. Because they knew once you weren't coming for laundry anymore, something's going on.
Yeah. But hey, listen, whatever the wardens and all them people that was allowing that man to do that, they're wrong too. They thought it was funny too. This is not the life you want, y'all. You'll be walking around. Hey, when I got to Holiday, I wear a size 12 shoe. When I got to Holiday, all they had was a size 8 and a size 15. I had to make a decision.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I'm rocking around in a 15, flopping off my feet in these little slipper slide on type shoes. You know what I mean? Terrible. But so that's two hustles, right? Maintenance. People that work in the maintenance shop.
Yeah.
Man, they got a bunch of hustles. They had so many in the feds.
Yeah,
more of them in the feds. Their hustles was unlimited in the feds. In the state. Yeah. They still have a lot of pull, a lot of stuff. Everybody knows, and I ain't giving up no game. It's not a secret, but they got the best knives and shit. If you work in maintenance, you know what I mean. Yeah, they're gonna come with swords and machetes and bone crushers and all that. That's where they go, and that's also where you probably will never see a black dude working in maintenance. And I think the guards do that on purpose too. You know what I mean? And so. The whites and the Mexicans will have gigantic big bone crushers coming out of maintenance all day, and the black guys got his crowns for a knife or make one out of something. You know, it's just this is not the life you want, y'all. Right? We talk about it all the time. I can give you a million reasons, but maintenance would do things on Beto. Like we had a little jack to where you can plug your radio antenna in, and most of them were broke. Right? You could pay maintenance workers to go back there and fix your jack, stuff like that. A lot of things in the feds, and they knew it. This is what's crazy. The system knows all this, and they know this is happening. But in the feds, where me and AR were at Beaumont Medium for sure, that we had microwaves. Every wing had 2 microwaves.
Yeah.
The rules were in the feds that when those microwaves stopped working, they were never going to be replaced. They were actually installing hot water pickets over there, spigots or whatever.
Shout out to anybody that's still there. I'm wondering if there's still any microwaves left at the medium.
You know what? I don't know. If anybody's got family in Beaumont Medium, ask them if the microwaves there still. I'm almost positive. We're going to talk about that, right? So what they would do is, or before these microwaves went obsolete, the maintenance department themselves ordered tons of parts for these things to keep them going. Right, like new transformers, new all kind of stuff. Mostly be the transformers, be capacitors, all kind of stuff. So what'll happen is the microwave would go out because it's constantly used all day. We're not talking about commercial industrial microwaves. We're talking about something from Walmart. They'd use them all day. People would put them on for too long, frying the rice. The microwave's gone. So when that happened, the inmates will go around basically with a hat collecting money to pay the maintenance workers. Now pay
Yeah.
these prisoners to go get these parts that the maintenance department ordered so they can come hustle us and fix our microwave.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was their good one. Do you remember it? Listen, if you wanted to cook, if you wanted to do things like that,
You'd be first one out there.
yeah, but listen, no. Look, in the cell, remember they came and took all electrical sockets out of there and put a plate
Oh
over
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could pay them to come back and put your plug back.
Mm-hmm.
There was a bunch of people in there. I moved into a cell that had an electrical plug behind the deal. You could move it, and I didn't even really use it.
Yeah.
I didn't really need it. So instead of popping sockets over there, we used the battery in the strip. Remember?
Yeah. That's what we did too. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, there was so many hustles for maintenance, ground
Hey,
crews. They be
somebody
sneaking
just
stuff
said
in.
somebody just said there a while ago. Plumbing. He's right. Plumbing had a big one too.
Plumbing. Man, do you know the plumbers were inmates, right? You remember what would they call them? Emergency plumbers?
Yeah. Yeah.
The emergency plumber is somebody who it's his job to be on standby, to basically to come plunge toilets and run a snake.
Yep.
That's his thing. If you needed your toilet plunged with this big ass plunger that nobody owns in prison because they don't give you one, or ran that snake, you needed to pay him to come do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't care how many I-60s or whatever they call them you drop. No. He still ain't coming till you go holler at him and give him something to come do his job. Right? It's the hustles are unlimited. Hey, all the way to the ODR. You're now
Yeah.
cooking for the officers and eating their food. And I just said on the last live I did yesterday that one of my favorite things in prison to buy was them big strawberry cakes that they would cook for the officers. Right? They were pink. And they had that pink ice, and they give them to us in the chow hall every now and then.
Yeah.
No, I'd get the whole pan. Like, bring that boy back. You know what I mean? We're gonna sit there at night on like a weekend with the big spread, drop it out on the table, and
There you go.
eat it. So they had hustles. Oh man, just a million things. Say the everyday hustle, especially on a maximum place like Beto or something when you're in sales, is the SSI because you're gonna spend a lot of time locked down, especially at night.
Passing
Yeah,
shit.
that's what I'm saying. Say if you want to buy a cigarette or you want to buy some K2 or something, it's 10 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at night. You ain't got no way to get down to go get it, right? You got to call that SSI. Hopefully you're cool with him. He's going to run down there and get it. But anything you light up now, he wants to puff on it too because he went and got it.
That's right. Yeah.
That's his hustle all day, right? If he's passing a spread bowl, he's going to come with his cup and get a little of that. He might get 10 cups full of different meals that night, and he just ate for free.
But he is that SSI. He been there a minute. He earned that shit. You know what I mean?
Damn right. If you're SSI, you're OG.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're the OG janitor, right? The law is gonna let you move around.
That's right.
Everybody knows you because for one, you can't be the guy that walks around being able to see in all these cells where people are doing stuff they're not supposed to be doing at night.
Yeah.
You got to be a convict. And first of all, learn to keep your mouth shut. Don't talk nobody's business. Don't ask no questions. Don't look too hard. But if they, you got to know how much to give it and how much not to give it. So like you said, that's a powerful position. There's just so many of them, man. Like,
yeah.
So that's the jailhouse job hustles. But what'd you say? Washing clothes. Like, so when we say washing clothes, though, listen, ironing and washing clothes is not something I would ever want to do in prison. That would be my last resort.
Sure.
But there are men in there. When we're talking about these are straight men, they're not they're not punks, they're not getting handled. They're straight men that will fight you too.
Yeah.
But that's their hustle. And they gotta survive too.
Done. It's I don't know, especially in the feds. I had my shit washed and ironed, and these dudes were straight. I mean, they were Pisces, but they fight you. I mean, if they, you know what I mean. If it came down to it, you didn't pay them, they're gonna fight you for that money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They just had so a lot of them guys. What they do, I feel like, right? They come in, especially when they're Pisces. They ain't got no family over here, man. Their family's on the run too. You know what I mean? So they ain't got a chance in hell of getting 10 cents on their books the whole time. They're looking for hustles, for one, that nobody else wants to do.
Exactly.
Well, what can I do that nobody else is doing in here? And ironing clothes, because there used to be an iron and an ironing board in the feds in the day room, right? They'd iron clothes, starch them up, Tell you what, one of the craziest hustles that I ever seen in the feds that I did not respect when I got there, AR. I thought this is the craziest, weirdest hustle I ever seen. Was the guys that went around in the morning and they would fill their shirts up with milks and bring them back to the wing.
Man, I love those dudes. Those are I would.
It ended up being my boys too. I thought it was crazy.
Yeah, yeah. They can and put them in their trash cans, fill them full of ice. Yeah, nothing but those little milk bags full of ice.
So when I seen that, listen, I seen that. I said, man, this is a pathetic hustle. Like this man ain't got nothing else going on in life, right? He's just walking around because at the end of chow at breakfast, there would be 200-300 milks. They come in little plastic bags for the viewers. They're in little plastic bags that are like a 2-ounce bag or something, right? Maybe 4 ounces, about as much as in a carton. So probably 4 ounces. Well, people don't want them. And you're not allowed to bring them out of the chow hall. That's against the rules. So what these dudes will do, everybody got their shirt tucked in to begin with. So the shirt's tucked in, and he just literally fills his shirt up with milk, brings them back to the wing, and keeps his trash can filled up with ice all day. And his milk is ice cold. So when I seen that, I'm thinking, man, that's the craziest shit I ever seen. Then one night, we were smoking, chilling. It was about to be rack time. I had a pack of cookies. And I'm thinking, man, you know what? Ice cold milk sure would be good with these cookies. And I look over and I see the old man with the milk just smiling at me. And he's thinking, I got you, boy. I got you. And I'm thinking, yeah, he got me. I go over there and give him like 2 stamps and get 2 milks, right? He'd have made 50 cents for free off of me.
Yeah.
And I'm back there thinking, oh, man, that dude got a good hustle. That fast, it went from thinking it was crazy as heck to when I wanted some milk. Now I'm realizing, oh, he got his own lane right here. And then I started noticing all day long, people are going to this dude, right? As soon as they finish a workout, before they do a workout, they're going to buy 3 bags of milk. That's protein right there. You know what I mean? So that you get it how you can in there.
That's right.
I remember being in the state buying an entire bread bag full of peanut butter.
Yeah.
I mean, a whole bread bag. That peanut butter that they had in the chow hall
was real dry.
It was the lowest quality. I was just getting ready to say it was the lowest quality peanut butter. Barely probably even for human consumption. Like this is probably the peanut butter they make pet food out of or something. It was horrible, but it was protein and it would fill you up, right? Boys would be running through so much of that peanut butter because there was an unlimited amount of it. If you could chew it and you could swallow it, it'd do you right and you could build muscle with it and everything else. So the protein, that was one. Let me think of some more. I did a story. One of my very first videos I ever did on this channel was about the worst prison hustle ever. That was old man that was picking up the soap in the shower. That was horrible. Man. There's just a lot of them. So look, something that I've only seen the guys from Mexico do, right? Only the paisas. But do you remember when they used to take the chip bags and they would shred them into little bitty shreds and then weave purses and stuff like that out of them?
Baby shoes and all kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yep. So they would literally take a chip bag, y'all, where if you look inside of a chip bag, it's silver colored. It's like tinfoil colored. The other side of it is going to be colorful. So they would take these little bitty strands, tiny strands, and start weaving them to where the silver side would be all on the outside and the print would be on the inside, or they do it vice versa. They would be artistic with it. That was super duper impressive.
Yeah.
Every prison got some guys, a bunch of them, that's going to draw portraits of your kids, of you, or your famous star. Like, have you ever met any of those real ice water portrait guys?
Oh, bro. The only one I met like that was a tattoo artist. And you had the tattoo artist that did, like, your basic tattoos, like out the tattoo book style stuff. And then the ones that did portraits. And this guy did nothing but, like, exactly how your picture looked portrait, whether you want it on your back, on your chest, on your arm, or whatever. Yeah, he made his books were always full. That fool made all kind of money.
So I remember paying, dude charged $85 for one of them artboard pictures, right? In the state, they were kind of smaller. They were a little bit bigger. They were bigger than a sheet of notebook paper, but not that big. About $85 for a portrait. Mm-hmm. In the feds, they had the big artboards, and there was a white guy in there that charged $200 for his portraits. Yeah. And do you know this dude had a line that lasts about 1.5 years at all times?
I believe it, man. Yeah.
So the people that handkerchiefs. Did you ever mail any handkerchiefs home?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
quite a
got I
few.
got one in there. I had it hung up before. Yeah, my grandma had a wall full of those, and I would get her seasonal ones. Right, my grandma had a business back in the day, and she put the damn Christmas handkerchiefs up, whatever it was, and people wouldn't even know where they came from. They would just know they was some hand drawn art. That's all they could tell.
Yeah,
You
that's
know.
cool. Yeah.
So look, here goes another one. Jailhouse lawyers.
Oh yeah.
You
Yep.
ever known any personally? Like any good one? There's some good ones out there. Like
More in the feds than I did in the state. There were a couple in the state, but yeah, in the feds there were some like actual attorneys, or they were attorneys at least,
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah. Good. So the reason being on that, I think, is because when you go fed, you got more action at appeals and all that other shit. Most of the people
yeah,
in the state took a plea bargain. You know what I mean? That's
yeah,
got to be what it is. But oh, so I'll tell you, a con man jailhouse lawyer I knew. His name was Drake. It was an older white man. I watched somebody when Drake first got there bring him a big ass folder of papers, right? All these type of papers and stuff. And I seen Drake say, "Oh, it's on now. It's on now." And I'm thinking, man, what's he talking about? I wonder. But I don't even ask. He ain't really my homeboy, so I don't ask. Right away, Drake starts using these papers, and now he's doing legal work. He's doing
yeah,
legal work for anybody and everything, right? So what these papers was, somebody dropped him off a bunch of blank copies of like writs and motions and thing to file for a divorce from in prison, paper to stop child support. You know what I'm saying? He had anything that the normal man might want. All he had to do was copy it and put your name on it.
yeah, yeah.
You wouldn't believe how many
How much
times
they
I
paid
seen,
for it?
bro, I would see this man charge 40, $50 to copy a paper and put somebody's name on it. And they thought he was just so cold with the legal work that he was pulling this out of his head. He literally had it all wrote down.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a
It's a
cold
hustle,
hustle.
dog. That's a hustle.
But look where it goes wrong. After about 6 months, now people in here are falling out of place to consult this man and get real life legal advice from Drake like he's a lawyer, and he don't
Yeah,
know a damn thing.
yeah,
He's giving them legal advice now. Like these people are really putting their life in the hands of this dope fiend that got some papers to copy. There goes
yeah,
a prison hustle out of this world right there. You know
yeah,
what I
for
mean?
real. Yeah.
Cigarettes, selling cigarettes, cooking wine. My whole
Oh
point to
yeah,
this is there's so many different ways that a man can make money in there.
yeah.
All you got to do. So look, I had a commissary store in the feds. That's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I did 2 for 3. If you were my homeboy, I'm doing 2 for 3. That was his homeboys. If you come get 2 honey buns, I need 3 back.
Yeah,
If I didn't mess with you and we weren't the same clique, it's 2 for 1. If you come get 1 honey bun, I need 2 back.
yeah,
It would just be the love. And I could sit right there, spend $300 on the store, make back $450 quick, then do it again. Before I know it, now I got $600 worth of commissary.
yep.
Do it again, I got 900. You know what I'm saying? Do it again, I'm 1,200. And people spend and pay, and yeah, no, it was a whole economy. So there's just so many ways that people can come up in there, man. I just don't think the free world people understand it. And now here's the thing too. Most of these hustles we're talking about, almost every single one of them, all violate prison rules, huh?
Yeah, yeah. All of them do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to do any of these hustles, you're gonna have to get your hands dirty a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to get your hands dirty a little bit. And you're gonna
Yeah.
have to have some type of respect. Hey, listen, even if you're the guy that's washing clothes and ironing, you still gotta get your money from people.
Yep.
So you gotta be willing, like he said, to get out there and you gotta fight. Hey, I'll tell you what, AR, I've never done it, right? But if I just washed your clothes and ironed your shit and you didn't pay me, man, I'm gonna feel even more insulted than if I gave you 2 honey buns.
Right. But
I'm
you
gonna
gotta
feel
fight.
like,
But you gotta fight for that though. You
yeah,
know
yeah,
that.
I'm gonna have to because
Yeah. Got you, dog. Because
I'm gonna feel
ain't
more
nobody else.
insulted.
Ain't no one and two. Ain't nobody else gonna want to pay you. If like, man, I can just get over on this fool like that. Look, AR just took, didn't do shit. Oh my homeboy just bowed down and said, okay, I mean, so
Right.
it's just one of those things, man. Like we always say, it's just not that lifestyle you want to live, man. You don't want to go in there and have to try to deal with this kind of shit on a regular basis, bro. It's ugly, man.
So I mean, it can go as far and it'll go fast like this. to where if AR just tells that dude that's ironing his pants, say, man, you just gonna have to eat that, homie. I can't pay you. I'm not gonna pay you. I gotta go get something else.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
that guy that don't do nothing to AR, it's a good chance he's gonna go to rec and come back and his cell is empty now from somebody else, not
Exactly.
AR.
Right.
Yeah, somebody else is gonna see that AR didn't pay him. They're gonna know his heart ain't there, and they're gonna go run up in his cell. Then guess what? I hate to say it, but this is real life. If he really don't do nothing about getting a cell ran in, somebody gonna be trying to run up in him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real like that. Like it comes down to where you got to squabble over a pencil lead, if that's what it is, because it's the principle of the
Yeah.
matter.
It
You know what I mean?
literally, I mean, pennies on the dollar, man. You've seen him fight for literally nothing, bro. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. You've seen him fight for nothing in there, less than a book. You know.
Yeah. So I was saying that Vayuko dude, man, he owed me what, $7.50. Maybe $5.
Yeah.
And I end up telling him to put his shoes on and come up there if he don't pay me. Like it was like $5, and everybody
Gotcha.
was mad at me for doing that because that goes against these little politics and all that. But you know what? That was $5, and it had nothing to do with the money because I probably had $2.50 sitting on my damn cell floor right there. It was just a simple fact that man kept passing my cell up every single day, not even addressing the fact that you owe me $7 or $5. Not even going, hey, no, I'm gonna pay you. I got you, bro. Like you ain't even attempting to BS me, right? I feel played. Like, yeah, $5 is what it is because now I'm feeling like people laughing. You know what I mean? Nobody even knew what was going on except me and him.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm thinking in my head, no, this can't happen. You know what I mean? This is what it is.
No.
Whack, what's up, cuz? Everybody salute to everybody in the comments. JoJo, I see y'all. 60 the truth. Salute, fam. But yeah, so I mean, it gets serious like that. Like, so some of these women, now let's talk to them for a minute. Some of these women, these men are getting their tablets taken and they're panicking. They're like, damn, all the worst can happen. And I'm really hate to tell them that all the worst can really happen. Like, it's not a good sign. Like, either he's going to be, somebody took his tablet and he squabbled with some black eyes tonight, or somebody took his tablet and he didn't say nothing and something more might happen. But it's just, it's a rough world in there, man. Y'all listen, this is not the life you want.
That's right. Yeah.
We try to tell you at all times, like, stay out of these places. It's really not worth a damn. AR, did you see anybody get peeled when you was ever in Harris County? Anybody getting that stuff took?
Yeah. In Harris County, I did, man. Just straight up, right there. And the funny thing is, that they'll do it in front of the guards too, and the guards ain't doing nothing but turning their back, and they ain't trying to deal with it. But yeah, take the commissary.
Or they just grabbing that sack as they grab it, get it, or how they doing it?
No, wait. Just watch the. Well, for one, they didn't have. It was so packed in there. These fools were sitting out in the middle of the day room, just on the floor uh by the wall, by the telephones. So old boy just came up and grabbed his commissary bag and took it with him back to the cell, and he didn't do not a damn thing about it, dog.
That's what I'm saying.
Little youngster didn't do nothing about it, man. And same one hadn't taken a shower in like 2 days, man. The same fool. They got this fool, put him in the shower, and washed him with the wash bucket and the mop and the bucket. They put him in there and put the mop bucket on him and washed him and said they're gonna make sure he took a bath. It's.
Yeah.
I mean, for real, it's ugly like that, dog. It's ugly like that.
So I was in Galveston County one time. Mardi Gras was all weekend, right? The big weekend homie hangout. Salute, Josh. Mardi Gras, and there have been hundreds and hundreds of people arrested Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And here I come from court Monday morning, right? I gotta go from court. They put me in a holding cell, and it's jam packed, bro. I mean, literally just shoulder to shoulder. And I sit down. I tell somebody, man, scoot over, man. And there wasn't really no place to do. I'm like, bro, scoot over. And he just got up, right? I'm like, cool. I sit down. I didn't want to stand. I knew we were gonna be in there for some hours, so I wasn't gonna do no standing up. All of a sudden, everybody in the front by the bar start tripping, And they're like, hey man, y'all got to get this guy out of here. Get this guy out of here before we kill his ass. They're literally saying it. And I'm thinking, what is going on?
Yeah.
And then I started smelling it too. There was a homeless man that had lived under a pier in Galveston for over a year without ever taking his shoes off. So he had walked
Oh,
all through. Yeah, listen, salt water, right? Homeless people's feet are already going to be bad usually from not bathing and things like that. But he had been walking in salt water, sweating and everything. So he had real life jungle rot on his foot, right? His foot stunk so bad that everybody in there wanted to hurt this man. Like it was crazy. And
damn.
so many people are yelling and they're threatening them like straight to the guards. They're not even caring about what happens. They bring a mop bucket over, and the mop bucket had bleach water in it, right? Think about this. Listen, bleach water in a mop bucket. He takes his shoes off, throws them down to run because they can't be in the cell no more, dips his feet in this bleach water, and it just turns the bleach water black. And he starts
Dang.
yelling and screaming, though, because it's painful now. He's
I
got
bet it
open
is.
wounds and he's dipping his feet, and they're like, keep your feet in the water. And then had to come get the mop bucket and take it out. There wasn't no letting him out, and somebody got to be in here with him. We just
Yeah.
happen to be the unlucky ones, right? So way later, like maybe 10 hours later, they take us upstairs. And if anybody remembers the old Galveston County Jail, it was on 19th Street. It was vicious. The new one, they've set it up to where there's a cop in every dorm that can see you. So it's not like it used to be. But back then, they shut that door on you, bro, and you might not even see a cop for but three times a day when they feed you. 3 times a day, or maybe 2 times when they count. So it was every man for himself and you're on your own, right? Well, when we get up there, these cats from Galveston tell them, you got to get in that shower, man.
Yeah.
Right? Here's the bad part. Any person that ever been to that old Galveston County Jail, if you've been in the comments, let me know. When you would go what they would call classification on the second floor, it was really, really close to their hot water boiler, right? You could not take a shower in this water. It was no adjusting it. It was just hot. Do you know, man, they made this man, they got the guards to bring some soap, and they made him get in that hot water. And the entire time he was like, ooh, ow, ooh, please. And they're like, wash, take a bath. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's scrubbing his feet in there. He comes out and he's got literal real burns on him, dog. Not, like this ain't no game, right? Like this is
Yeah.
water that you're not supposed to be touching. He's now bathed in it, washed his feet. They're all nasty, black looking still. Comes out and his feet are still like that. Feet still like that. At this point, he had to go, let's go stick them things through the bar. Let's go sit down, stick them through the bars, get them as far away as you can. But he didn't have no choice. Nobody, if he'd have refused any of that, he'd have got ran over by
Stop.
20,
Yeah.
30 drunk
For
Mardi
sure.
Gras people. Like, yeah, this is not the life you want, right?
That's
Like, I
right,
know it
bro.
ain't fair. Y'all gonna watch this and be like, damn, they did that to a homeless guy. Well, yeah, they did it to a
Yeah.
homeless guy.
They do it to
Because they,
somebody that wasn't homeless. Yeah.
yeah, they did that to anybody doing
That's
that.
right.
OG, not OG. Well, man, you
Yeah.
can't come in there like that.
Nah,
Not taking baths.
that's
Man,
right.
if y'all got a loved one, if y'all got a fella and y'all know he really ain't good at taking baths and hygiene, that's gonna be a problem in the penitentiary.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's. Hey, have y'all ever had a homeboy? Don't put them out there like name wise. Y'all ever had a homeboy though that y'all had to push up on and say, "Hey, bro, it's time to go take a bath"? I
Yeah.
know we have.
Yeah. No, we had one, but he was a little thrown off. He had heart. This fool was down and whatever thing, but he would go play soccer all day, man, sweat his motherfucking ass off, and to come back and jump in the bunk and go to sleep. Like,
Yeah,
oh
nasty, ain't it,
no.
man?
Yeah.
Disgusting, dog.
Yeah.
Oh, we had a homeboy that would do that with basketball. I mean,
Hmm.
boy, he would be out there playing, hooping hard. He was cold with that basketball. Man, he was dark. So he
Hmm.
just looked like he was baby oiled down or something. He'd be so sweaty, right? Pants sweaty, everything. He'd just come jump in that bunk, man,
Yeah.
and just be like, see y'all later. Pull the cover up over his head. I'm like, what the hell? But here goes the worst one. And I'm not gonna say his name, right? So one day they was calling Rick. And when they called Rick, they would come to the door and they go, recreation. If you're not ready, when they shut that door, you're not going, right?
Right.
So he's back there using the restroom. Do you know when they call recreation, he had a game he wanted to go play with somebody in basketball. He jumps up without wiping and goes out there to play basketball.
No, hell
We
no.
ain't talking about not bathing. We're now talking about not wiping. You're in the you pinch one off, don't wipe, and run out there, and now you're bumping bodies with these other men. Check this out. As he's hooping, now the sweat is running down his legs and brown streaks and stains.
Hell no.
And he's on the court. Yeah. Like, and then guess what? He's a young savage that'll fight any damn buddy. And he was big as can be. He was tall. He was big. He was strong. He was athletic. He was just dirty.
Damn.
So ain't nobody do nothing to him. Right? Like, hey, man, you got to. But listen, so he had me and a few other ones that he really loved a lot, right? We weren't no shot callers and nothing. He looked up to us. We were older. And we did have to go have a talk with him, like, hey, man, you know, you do whatever the hell you want to in here, man. It's you, dog. It's your life. But you can't do that.
Yeah.
That ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, I just didn't want to miss the game, right? Like, he didn't want to hear it. But it's been other times. Hell yeah, I remember other times where everybody is mad at somebody. But, you know, so I think that comes down, is that people doing that for real, like those stereotypes? Are they scared somebody going to be attracted to them, so they're staying dirty? What's happening? Are they scared to go get naked in front of people? I don't understand it.
I wonder that. I don't know if it, they stay dirty just so nobody will mess with them, or that's a good question, dog. I don't know. Because
I'm like this. Look, bro, a real booty bandit, I mean, one is really about that action. He ain't caring if you're sweaty, if that booty's sweaty or not.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And he ain't scared of a little feces upon him or something. So I don't know. I think a lot of them are just scared to go get naked in front of men, man. But why? I don't know, right? This TDC is club butt naked. You're gonna strip going everywhere, strip
everywhere you going. Oh shit, on the bowling alley, shit.
So that's one thing that I liked about the Feds versus TDC. Unless you was coming back from visitation, I don't really remember getting naked in the Feds like that.
No, just like you said, visitation. And sometimes, depending on where utilities you work, if you work some. Like safety sometimes. I didn't think about that. I didn't get butt naked, but I'd get down to my boxers a few times,
Right. I didn't even think about that because I didn't do that type of stuff. But so, yeah, TDC, you get butt naked, going to school, coming from school, going to the law library, coming from the law library, going to rec, coming from rec, going to visit, coming from visit, going to the craft shop, coming back from the craft shop, going to work, any job, coming back from work. Like, you might literally be naked, squatting, coughing, spreading them, sticking your tongue out 4 to 6 times in one day.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot be shy in there. So if that's what's going on, people they'll break you that quick, won't they?
Yeah, real quick. Yep.
So I ain't gonna lie, to me, men, I'm no type and slightly attracted to men, and that would disgust me. You know what would disgust me? The old men naked. I want to puke, man. Hey, one of these old dudes getting strip searched by me, it just was so disgusting and gross. I'm like, it was horrible, man. Like, this ain't the life they want, AR. We're gonna keep saying it, huh, man?
Amen, brother.
So look, y'all do me a favor. If you're watching this live, tap me right here on the face, or go down there and try to knock AR out. Knock his glasses off his face. It takes a double tap and get the likes up for us. So let's check these comments real quick, man, before we tap out of here. We got a bunch of them. Liz F. Make sure y'all subscribe. I'm seeing some new ones. Mario, Billy Wagner, AC Guy, Salute, Sean Dinkins, Dave G. Yeah, we got a bunch of them in here, man. Y'all double tap that screen for us. Let's get them likes up so we can hit the algorithm. And we're going to tap up out of here, y'all. This is podcast number 16. This is our 4th month here, so we figured we try to do a good one for y'all, give you a couple stories, a little bit of entertainment.
Yeah.
Hope y'all enjoyed yourself. We'll catch y'all later.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.